I got you.
Yeah.
Lost you.
Okay, here we go. I don't know who this Joey is, but I'm going to go get him. So you better get out of the way.
Hey. Okay. I got you big picture. We lost the your pictures.
We lost the audio.
Is that back up on the screen?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
thank you. I don't know what's going on here, but somebody is messing with me. All right, so let's talk very quickly about Mike Martin because I'm running out of time. Mike Martin was already 18 years old in early June of 1965 when I graduated from high school in Tucson, Arizona. I walked on a Friday. I started at the University of Arizona right there in Tucson on the very next Monday in summer school. I had a good idea what I wanted to do, so I was taking some classes that I needed to get. I went immediately into those classes, and on the fourth day of class, so Thursday of that very first week, I received a draft notice. I was scheduled to report about 3 weeks later. By the time I finally reported for duty, I was very lucky. I was pre-lottery draft.
It's time, people.
This is not good.
Dude, I have no signal.
Zoombomb. There. What the hell off?
Oh.
You're back.
Got you back.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So anyway, the draft board gave me a deferment. They said you can stay in school for 1 year, but if you don't get something worked out, you're going to be going into the Army. I was an Air Force brat. I had background in the military already. I chose to enlist in the United States Navy. Can everybody put themselves on mute? Taylor, you're not on mute. All right. Anyway, I chose a program that allowed me to stay in school, and I would be sent to officer candidate school to become an officer if, in fact, I graduated. If I flunked out of college, I'd go immediately in as an enlisted guy. So I ended up getting myself into OCS. I graduated from there. I then I was sent to the Navy Supply Corps School to become a Navy Supply Officer. I finished that in May of 1969. Got a little bit of training in June of 69 at the SEAL team base down in Coronado, California, and at Camp Pendleton with the Marines. I arrived in Da Nang on July 4th, 1969. This is a picture of downtown Da Nang, and what I want you to visualize very quickly is that all these Jeeps and all those military vehicles no longer exist. They no longer exist. I thought I had done the security on this thing, but something's messed up. So anyway, I apologize. Anyway, this is downtown Da Nang. Take the Jeep and the truck out of there. And I guess somebody doesn't want us to see. Okay, let's keep going. If you took the Jeep and the truck out of there and just put in some like 2010 vehicles, the picture is going to look pretty much exactly the same in Vietnam. Mostly bicycles, motorbikes, and people on foot is what's going on.
Where my fucking niggas at?
Can you stop?
Bro, for real, whoever's doing that, fuck off, for real.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it's coming from, Mike.
Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. Here's a street scene back in 1969, and the reason I'm showing it is notice the cement pad here. These are like little fast food joints along one of the main drags. Then this next photo this is actually an apartment house. Notice the cement floor. There wasn't much cement back in those days, and what was going on is anybody that owned places that had cement were upper middle class. Otherwise, most of the Vietnamese folks were living in huts or what we call hooches. The hooches were made out of bamboo framing, and they put all different kinds of siding that they would try to get it to dry and cover it up so they could have some kind of water resistance because of the amount of the temperature and the humidity there in Vietnam. That is a farmer's market. Every day is farmer's market there. That's part of their livelihood there, as well as the way that they exist. These are a couple of policemen. I'm sorry what's going on there. I don't.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt for a little. Can you guys stop? It's extremely. It's not funny.
Oh, disrespectful. Can you put on mute?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on at this point.
Yeah, I wish I could stop it, but I
Can
can't.
Can you kick people?
Yeah, you know what? If there's a couple names, right now I'm not able to see it.
Alfie and Joey are the people that need to be kicked.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
I'm not
too.
sure who they are, but they've been. She just turned her. Alfie just turned the screen on again. So
Yeah.
Alfie needs to be kicked off.
Is that Alfie Boyd?
Yeah.
Right.
Alfie Bedole needs to be kicked out.
Yeah, kick.
I'm not even sure if he or she's a student at Cal High.
Probably not.
Same with Joey Cushing.
Yeah, can you boot those two off?
I don't know how to do that, guys.
I love y'all all. I love y'all all.
Hold on. Can I suggest that could we drop this? You don't know how to drop people off, huh?
I don't know how to do that.
It should be under
Victor, how do you do it?
You can go under participants. You can just start kicking people from there.
Yeah, you
Can you
kick people off
stop sharing the screen for a second, Mike, and see if I can get somewhere to use that? Can you-
I'm in the participants area right now.
You can also disable screen sharing for anyone other than the host, so only you can screen share.
Yeah, that's an option.
Okay, I think I muted all. Now,
I love y'all all.
somebody's overriding the system.
I think
I love y'all all.
Oh.
Let's see if we can continue. This is just showing the heat in Vietnam. Can you folks hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thanks, Scott. This is just the heat in Vietnam. Okay, this is getting really old.
Do you think you can find a way to like just kick them off the Zoom call?
I'm going to see
Somebody
if I
help
can
me
do
with
that.
how to do that, and I'll be happy to do it.
I think that as a host, you can just like click on participants and then find them on like the list and just like click the three dots next to their name and then kick them off.
Yeah, if you take a second to do that, I think that would be worth doing because if you
Okay.
pull up the participants list, because I can do that, but I don't have any control of asking them to leave.
And then also, if you go to security, you can show that participants can't share their screen.
Yeah, that way only you can share your screen.
Yeah.
I thought I hit that button, but it's not working, I think.
Is there not a way to report them or something?
Yeah, I'm not even sure if they're Cal High students.
Is CJ, is that the Cushing?
No.
No?
That's one. No. He should just be Joey Cushing underneath.
His name is just Joey.
Did I lose y'all?
No, we're here. We're trying to fix this. All the students are trying to help this old guy here with doesn't know how to drive very well. Do I need to boot off Alfie too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Be best.
And I go to the three dots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a first for everything, Bill.
Yeah.
There's one.
This is the bad part about not being able to do it in front of the students.
Yep.
And it's just like when we were kids, there were one or two butt heads in every class.
Oh boy.
Yeah, fella, I got you.
Yep. I just got to find you. That's all.
Hey, Joey Cushing, you need to get off right now. I'm aware of who you are. And if you don't, I promise you we will take action. So you have like 20 seconds to get off. I'm going to count 20, 19, 18.
Looks like he went, and I was trying to find him in the list, but I couldn't.
Okay.
So hopefully that works, Scott. Thank you. So let me keep going here. The heat in Vietnam it's very hot. It's very humid. When I arrived on July 4th,
destroying the whole thing.
it was
I'm not sure what,
unbelievable.
you know, at this point.
Mr. Martin, can you go to the participant section?
Yep, hold on.
But I don't have that. Yeah, and Mike doesn't know how to do it.
Mr. Martin, I'm pretty sure you can give Mr. Hodges like
I can. Just give me a second.
not
I gotta
getting off.
and then
escape.
he can kick people off while you present.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Where do I go to do the? Oh, here we go. We go to more to do the.
Yeah. If you click the three dots, you can go to more and then turn Mr. Hodges.
Hold on, I found Joey's page. God
Hey,
darn it.
I know I'm not supposed to be talking, but I just called Joey, and this has happened to him before. Someone names themselves as him, and it's not him actually doing it. I don't.
No,
he doesn't
thank you
know
for
what's
that.
He
Thank you
doesn't know
for
what's
that.
going on. Yeah, Joey would not do something like this.
Yeah,
This has
I hear
happened to
that.
him a few times.
All right.
I would just like to let the teachers know that it's not him doing that. I'm on the phone with him right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that heads up. I'm just wondering.
Hold on. Under participants, I've hit mute all.
No, under participants, hover over his name and
Yeah,
click
hover
more.
over
and
Mr.
delete.
Hodges' name, and then you can click on the three dots and click make host. And then he can have the powers to kick people off while you present.
Text me and let me know what happens. Yeah.
Make host or co-host so I can keep advancing the slides, right?
Yeah.
You can still share your screen if he's the host.
Okay, I think you should show you on the screen as co-host and guest, Scott.
Sorry, I'm just trying to resolve this with Michelle on the other phone. Thanks. So I'm not sure how to. Can I make a suggestion?
Yep.
Can we can we restart and everyone can and just tell everyone who's on now? And then I don't know, I guess if you don't know how to boot someone off, I'm not sure what to do, but it's someone
Well,
who's
I just
hijacked.
did somebody. So they said go to the picture with the 3 dots, and I removed Alfie.
And then whoever's posing as Joey too.
Yeah, so I just need to find that screen. Hold on.
Wait, Mr. Hodges, he just made you co-host, so you
Yeah,
should be able
Mr.
to
Hodges
do it.
as
All
well.
right, let me try that.
Team Reveal is the best on madeforms.com. Shout out to Discord and Veil for helping me overcome my autism, and Openity on his daddy.
Sorry, guys.
Scott, I can also help remove people if you want.
Yeah, I just removed Joey. So
Okay,
who
good.
else, any idea who else was?
No, I think it was just those 2. So let's see if we can keep going here because
Thank
we're
you.
going to run out a little bit out of time. As long as
So Joey's been removed. You're back visible.
there we go. We're caught up here. Shell gas station. This is a picture of Red Beach. This is the beach that in 1964 and 65 is where the Marines landed in the early phases of the buildup. If you look back here real closely at that brown area there, there's a Marine Corps ammo dump back there. And that's what where we delivered all the ammo to the Marine Corps. My job was getting the ships unloaded, moving the cargo to wherever it would happen to be going. Some of our members of our organization, the Vietnam Vets of Diablo Valley, actually went back to Vietnam 3 different times, the most recent one last fall. They were actually drove in this area here, and they said, Mike, you wouldn't recognize the area. Picture, guys, if any of you have been to Hawaii or been to the Bahamas, the high-rise hotels, the swimming pools, the beaches, all of that kind of stuff ends up on that right on the beach, so they climb out. That's what that kind of a little boat is. We moved cargo with that up the rivers to base camps, and we moved the ammo off the ammo ships that were located out in the harbor there, and we bring it in here, unload it somewhere in either South Vietnam or up in the north. These are Huey helicopters, workhorse vehicle. They were used for everything from fighting ships to medevac to moving people around. This is a picture of a supply depot area that got severely damaged one night. It's another same complex. That's a picture of Mike Martin 50 plus years ago and about 55 pounds ago. Especially with COVID, I've gained weight. Unbelievable. Here's another picture of the same thing. Well, now, the interesting part of all that damage is that none of that damage was done with a direct hit. There was a small South Vietnamese Army ammo dump next door. The ammo dump cell, or about 12 pallets of ammo, exploded, and the energy wave came out of the mouth of that thing and just blew things up. We got another one.
Take care of it.
There we go. There's a picture again. So we were very blessed with all this damage that was done on all these facilities and stuff. We had 0 injuries that night, no fatalities at all. It was very, very amazing. Here at this bridge ramp, my job, I worked for 30 days moving the cargo out. That was a day shift job. When I was rotating with somebody else, they would rotate to the day job, and I would come in here to bridge ramp, and I'd be the officer in charge of the facility. At nighttime, we did not move ammo. We were just more security than anything else. One of the security functions was to be able to have a small outboard motorboat go back and forth across the mouth of this water here. The job of the two sailors in that motorboat was to drop concussion grenades in the water, because the enemy did, in fact, like to try to put swimmers in there to see if they could blow things up. We had no incidents at all with the enemy during the year that I was there. Unfortunately, I did have one incident where a couple of my sailors did not follow the directions, and they lost their lives to a massive explosion because of something fell. A live grenade fell into a box of grenades. So I lost those two young men. They were working for me. I had to report it. I ended up having to write the letter to the parents, which was one of the most dramatic things that happened to me over there, because I had seen them that very evening before they went on duty, and then they were gone. It's part of my PTSD that I deal with every day. Couple other real quick stories. R&R. R&R, everybody that was in Vietnam chose to go on a rest and recuperation time. You could choose to go to Hawaii, to Australia, Japan, the Philippines, Thailand, et cetera, et cetera. All expenses paid while you were gone, except for your drinking money. I chose to go to Australia, and it was a great time. I enjoyed doing it. Met a lot of wonderful people. It was during February, which February down under is summertime. So I got a chance to go to the beach and see the beautiful beaches and the beautiful women. I almost didn't make it home. The last day, just the day we were supposed to be leaving, somebody finally had to come and get me because I was running late and I wasn't getting to the airport. But the guys got me and saved my behind on that regard. Bill usually asks me the question. I says, "Hey, well, where's the pictures of Australia?" And all I can tell you guys is, I didn't find any pictures until about 10 years after I came home. We were not in the digital world back in those days, not at all. I found a roll of 35 millimeter film. I looked at it after I found it, and I unrolled it and looked at the pictures, and I says, "Oh my goodness, this is very incriminating." So what I chose to do was to put it back in its canister and take it down to the safety deposit box, and that's where it sits today. The Naval Support Activity Da Nang received a Presidential Unit Commendation Medal because we moved the most cargo in the entire world for one year period. Because of that, the bosses, the senior officers, gave the junior officers a second R&R. So all I can tell you guys is that rank has its privileges, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later. Now, when I came home, that was a whole different story. I came home, I left Vietnam on July 5th, which caused it to be July 4th here stateside when I landed at Los Angeles International. Most of the guys were lucky and were able to arrive at a military base like Travis Air Force Base, real close by here in Fairfield, or at a base up in the state of Washington. Landing in LAX on the 4th of July was an adventure. We walked into a war protest. There's probably 150 to 200 young people dressed in their hippie garb of the day, and they didn't want to let us get by. They had their protest signs calling us baby killer, this, that, and the other. A young lady got right in front of me as I was trying to walk out to go and get get my sea bag, and she wouldn't let me go by. And she was calling me every name in the book. It was just unbelievable. She had a potty mouth worse than my sailors. I finally was able to, just before she finished her little tirade, I got ready to fake and to go around her. But before I could do that, she called me a baby killer and spit in my face. That's how I got welcomed home. That's one of the reasons why I'm asking you kids to remember, if you see a Vietnam veteran, welcome them home, because many of us got that same treatment, and it was not good, not healthy, not anything at all. Anyway, came back, was in the Navy. I had a obligation of 4 years in the Navy, got stationed at a Marine base. Then I got stationed at a Air Force base. And then I got out of the Navy, went to work in the corporate world. I retired from the corporate world a few years back, and now I own my own health and wellness business, distributing some products. Bill Green, United States Army, you're next, buddy.
Thanks, Michael.
PTSD is fake. PTSD is fake.
All right. How much time do we have left on here?
Scott, how long can we go over because of the screen bombing?
I would say you have like 37 minutes. Does that give you enough time?
Okay.
Or a little
Okay,
longer.
just real quick, gang. Name's Bill Green. May of 1967. Like Mike, I graduated from high school in '65 in San Francisco. Like Mike, I went
when I was 12 years old.
And unlike Mike, I didn't make it in college. I majored in fast cars, pretty girls, and beer. So I ended up getting kicked out of college. I didn't even finish a full semester.
Is PTSD fake?
I continued to party hardy until the spring of '67. Buddy of mine, Hugh Roach, who got kicked out of college with me, went directly into the Marine Corps.
Presentation.
Went directly into the Marine Corps, and Hugh was killed in Vietnam in the spring of '67. This bothered me an awful lot, along with a buddy of mine, Dennis Need, who was serving in Vietnam at the time. And I kind of felt, well, maybe I should go down and do my share. So I went down and enlisted in the United States Army, Special Forces, Airborne Infantry. I was refused enlistment. I was refused enlistment because I checked the box on the medical that said I had asthma. And they told me an asthmatic couldn't survive in Vietnam. Therefore, I wasn't eligible for the draft. Or I should say, eligible for enlistment. 2 months later, I received a letter in the mail that you guys see on the screen here. This is my original draft notice. So 2 months after I tried to enlist in the Army, I got drafted into the Army. And David Rand
needs to be kicked.
Oh, Jesus
come on,
Christ.
I don't know if we can keep going like this. Scott.
It's this kid. It was that kid right there.
Your draft notice is back on the screen.
Yeah,
Bill.
which one was it, Michelle?
David Ransom needs to be kicked. David Ransom.
Yeah, it's David Ransom. What I'm thinking is we could start this over again, and we could just let in kids that we know. Like, they have to show their face. I mean, it would take us 10 minutes, but this is an embarrassment to our school. And I'm so sorry. I know that there's students texting me right now that are apologizing for this behavior.
Yeah, I've been speaking at your school now for, I don't know, close to 20 years or
20
so.
years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope this doesn't hinder how you see our school.
Well, I have to tell you, I think it doesn't. It's a shame. So, Scott, what do you think? What if we just sent out a new link, and UI and Kathleen, we just let in kids that show their face that we know?
I think that's a good call.
Because guys, I'll tell you, this isn't a wonderful presentation. I've never met a student who hasn't said, I was so glad. Let us resend it to you through School Loop and we'll sign you back in.
And a bend over is in here.
That's
a
very clever, you idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, let's.
Okay, so Scott and Kathleen, what I could do is we can end this meeting. I could then go and log into a new meeting and just send you the link. And I could create a password for you if you want.
And so what to do is just let the three of us in first, and then we'll screen kids. If you want to come back in, you've got to show your face and we've got to know you.
So should I just send this out to all juniors, or should we just send it out to our class? Yours and
Why don't we
Kath-
send it out to our three classes? And if a student wants to email one of us, they can, and we can give them the link. So you can email Mr. Hodges or Mrs. Seabury and get the link, but we will need to see your face and know that who you are.
All right. So I'll, if Mike, if you send me the link to my email, I'll forward it to Kathleen and to Michelle, and then you guys can send it to your classes, right?
Yeah. And then guys, if you're in my class, just show me your face and I'm happy to let you in. So please only let the three teachers in, and then we'll screen the rest of the kids. Yeah, you're real mature there, you idiot. Your parents must be really proud of you right now.
Mr. Hodges, are you gonna post it on Google Classroom?
Yeah.
Guys, just get off the Zoom right now. If you're in my class, get off. And then I will let you back in.
Okay, everybody's bailing out. It'll take me 2 or 3 minutes to do this.
All right, so let's get off here.
Guys, just get off.
Leave the Zoom.
You scrubs better go to raidforums.com for the toppest of cakes on the interwebs. Scrubs!